Hey there, welcome back. We got a little like Father, Extinction, amazing interiors, and a little more Iliza Shlesinger. And we've got some hidden gems. We got our top 5 new releases all coming up right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I knew we were all gonna break out into like a ridiculous dance. I don't think we look as cool as we think we do, y'all.
Welcome back, yes. All I do is win.
This is on the internet now.
So, if you guys are tuning in last week, Ashley Chaney, I've been bugging her for weeks to watch a movie, and what did she say? She said that I picked a gem.
That's right, and she gave you credit for it.
Exactly. So all I do is win.
Oh, you set that up.
That's
You
right.
set that. You had me dance.
That is, all right.
That was for you. Okay.
Welcome back, guys. You are watching Netflix Picks, and this week we are talking a lot of new releases. And I'm Rick Hong, and I'm joined by Amy Cassandra Martinez.
Hello, hi, welcome back to Netflix Picks.
And Ashley Chaney.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you from this side of the table.
Steve Kaufmann will be back very soon, but not today. And we are talking Netflix originals, film and television. Something that debuted last week that I watched was a sci-fi movie called Extinction. Mm-hmm. And it stars Michael Pena and Lizzie Kaplan.
Oh, great. I love Lizzie Kaplan. She's awesome.
So, right. I love both of these actors, so I wanted to see it. And it is kind of this alien invasion type movie, except it takes a long time to get to which is a unique twist. But still, I'm like, oh, this movie is a very much pass for me. It's like, oh, I don't know why. I understand why they did it, though. Because normally I don't think Michael Pena would get a movie like this, nor would Lizzie Kaplan in this kind of like sci-fi action
like
alien.
in the studio world kind of deal.
Not yet,
Out in
right?
the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, but Michael Pena's awesome in
Deadpool 2.
and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Sure, maybe he had a cameo in Deadpool 2 somewhere.
We don't know.
He was
On
in a
the shelves.
costume, guys. He was in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I gotta say that's like a pass. So if you guys have already seen it, I'm sorry. I wasn't here to tell you guys not to watch it, but I'm telling you now not to watch it. But the big release for this week is Like Father, Kelsey Grammer and Kristen Bell, starring and directed by Seth Rogen's wife, Lauren Miller Rogen. Amy Cassandra Martinez, you watched it.
I did.
What'd you think?
I watched it today. It started out kind of weird, a little too serious, and I was like, what's going to happen?
You can't tell, right? You can't
Yeah.
tell. It's supposed to be, it's labeled as a comedy, not a romantic comedy, not drama, and the tone.
It was off.
Yeah, it was
such big names. It's on my queue to watch. I just have been traveling. I haven't been able to see it yet.
Well, wait, no.
Go ahead, Amy, go first.
I think you should watch it. I think it shows you different ranges. I think for Kristen Bell, I mean, some people are familiar with her work on Veronica Mars.
So was she like dramatic? Because I've seen her also in The Lifeguard, which I thought she did amazing. Did you guys ever see that?
That's what I'm
see
saying.
The
That's like
Lifeguard.
that's an independent type of what and like the tone for those can kind of be that way. But this is more like their big release, and so like that's why it was kind of like, you're kind of figuring out is this supposed to be funny? Because I laughed exactly twice. In the whole movie.
Okay,
I
you
don't
made
even
it
know
through the
if
whole
I
movie.
No, I fell asleep at the end. But the only reason I did is because of like who they are, and I wanted to see I mean, by the time it got to the point where I knew, okay, I'm just gonna kind of power through it. But
I don't know. I think that the first act of it was a little bit rough, but after that, you're like, okay, this is not going to be something that it feels, quote, like normal. It feels a little bit different, and I think for that reason, you should watch it, because it is so different. And
how long is it? Is it 2 hours? Under?
I think
hour and a
it's a
half?
little long, honestly.
hour and a half, hour and 45.
Oh, yeah, I would say, because around halfway, I was like, okay, I want to know how long this is going to be. And yeah, it still had like about 45-ish minutes left. So yeah, about an hour and a half. But it is, I mean, it's interesting. And what it has to say, I feel like there's some cheesy moments where you know exactly what's going to happen. But I think the rest of the movie kind of outweighs those negatives where you're like, meh, okay.
I mean, the best thing that I could say about this movie is that it showcases their singing, which is cute, that's at least kind of the fun.
No.
That part was at least the fun part of the movie that
Kelsey
I
Grammer
enjoyed.
Yeah.
But
He
in
was
real
in-
life, he's like a
La Cage aux Folles.
Like he's a really good singer too.
Oh, I did not
Broadway.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no
No, he's in Frasier, the television show.
Uh-huh.
He's the one singing the intro.
Really?
Yeah, he can play the piano. And,
Oh, what a fun bit of
so
trivia.
that I enjoyed
Did not know
watching because I've asked him on a carpet once and I said, what is it? You've done everything. So how do you pick a role these days? And he just kind of said, if I see something in the character that's a little different or something that I haven't done before, then this.
It.
And yeah, this is it.
For
It's
sure.
like he doesn't really play dads too much. He usually plays like either Frasier, kind of a funny character, or he plays like Boss, where he plays just like a complete cold, male type character, but not like a dad trying to rebond with like a daughter. So and he's got like two beautiful daughters that are actresses too. So
I say watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do recommend this one.
I mean, with a cast like that and even the crew, I'm interested to see Seth Rogen's wife's directorial debut.
So that's the thing about the movie. So Seth is in it for like just briefly. He's briefly in it, and what I think about her is that it is her first like kind of studio like big like 1.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
So I think she'll get there, but I think that's the thing with a different director. Just like that was my big thing about Set It Up was that director. She had so many comedy directing credits underneath her belt.
Yeah.
That I really think that it wasn't the writer, it wasn't even the performances. It was her that really pulled off that movie. Same thing for Lauren Miller Rogen is that this is her first one. Okay. So I think she'll get there. But it's hard. It's hard to do like that first movie and hit all the beats and hit it like the way that you want to.
Making movies is hard stuff, y'all. Trust me.
So
it's hard work.
I mean, yeah. Would you recommend it for people, Rick?
For me, no, not really. I mean, if you want something in the background and you're kind of like whatever. But the problem is there's so much content.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much content. So like I start looking at things as like before, like I was even thinking about this the other day, there used to be like 3 networks. There used to be ABC, NBC, CBS. And if you were an actor, everybody knew who you were because everybody watched television. Nowadays, I was at an event last night. I recognized an actor from Orange is the New Black. He's on a network show, but it's a network show that I don't watch.
Right. So it's like you wouldn't notice him from the network. You notice him from streaming.
Yeah. So it's like so it's a little awkward to be like, hey, how are you? So it's like, dude, I loved you from this. It's like, what are you doing now? And he's like on another big show, and I was like,
Sorry.
I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I don't watch the show, but
Jay Becker in the chat is saying that that this movie reminds her of like Guilt Trip and other kind of films like that. Did you guys think it felt a little bit like? Did you see Guilt Trip with Seth Rogen?
Didn't see it, but I mean, I have to say that it feels so different. I don't know how to describe it. That it feels different, guys. I don't know.
Well,
I'll watch
Ashley,
it.
yeah, you
I'll
watch
watch it
it.
and
You
let you
tell
guys
us
know.
what you think.
Yeah.
I'll break the tie here on the panel.
I mean, granted, she'll agree with me. No.
With me.
But let's move on. So
Yes.
something that was really fun that I really enjoyed, though, and it was actually Amy that you picked it.
I did.
But I decided I'm just going to click it and watch it just for a little bit. Even though I knew it was going to be okay, but I really enjoyed it. Was Amazing Interiors, and
Yeah.
Amazing Interiors.
It's amazing. It's really cool. It's about,
amazing.
not judging, a house by its outside exterior.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really cool because you could really just watch a bunch of these episodes and get a little
quick
bit.
half hour.
Yeah, and each one has different interiors. So I saw the one with, it was like a boat.
Yeah, that's the first one,
boat.
the pilot.
And then there was another one where the inside was, it reminded me of Fever Pitch with Jimmy Fallon, but it was with the Cubs.
This guy makes a man cave
So
in his
cool.
basement that's surrounded by Chicago Cubs, and the one thing that the wife says is that the basement probably could have bought them another house.
Oh wow!
Isn't that
In terms of
crazy?
how much he put into it. But
bet.
then it was really cool because he said it wasn't just for sports stuff, but they started doing it for like charities and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
To have events there and
Oh,
everything.
that's awesome.
So
Does it make you want to go and build your own she shed or man cave?
It makes me want to get very creative with the inside of my apartment. Definitely. And it reminds me of, because I grew up watching the Food Network channel and HGTV, and this was like HGTV Bam on Netflix, which is really nice. So that's why I
good.
clicked on it in the first place.
I'm so excited to hear all these recommendations. I didn't have as much Netflix time as usual this week, so I've got all this stuff in my queue that I can't wait to veg out. And
it's quick. This one's quick because they usually show you about 3 different houses in one episode.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice. So it's you're not just kind of just dragging along and
one.
seeing the transformation. They're taking you through them. and because they're already kind of pretty much transformed.
And they're all domestic, so all houses in the U.S.
No, everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere. Like the boat that we're talking about is on like the London like Thames River, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Like they were saying we could never own one of these houses, so we've been living in this boat, but now we want to renovate this boat and make it like they extend they extend on top of the boat, and like they make these crevices work, and they bring in gym like wood floors to
fun.
to like
It's so creative.
So it's a renovation show, not just a showing of people who already have these amazing interiors.
It's more actually showing the interiors versus renovation. That pilot episode they kind of showed that, but the other episodes that I've been watching so far, like one guy has a house that's like all related to. He said like it might be $1 million of movie memorabilia in episode 2. Episode 2, you should watch it. Yeah, you should watch it.
Yowza.
Another person created an aquarium that he can like go into, that like he likes to like he has like 100 and some fish in it, and then he likes to go into it to kind of like to literally like recreate the whole like kind of scuba dive experience. It's not huge, but by that level, and like his son can't even go traveling with him because when he's traveling, his son has to watch and get all the temperatures and the salts and everything even, so nothing dies in the aquarium.
That's hardcore. That is hard.
But that's a high recommend for me. Like if you really just want something easy, you don't have to think too hard, but you want to see something entertaining, something fun. But the only thing that I don't like about this is that they don't really go into depth of how much it costs. Because that's the whole thing about life. Is like if you have enough money, you can turn something into anything.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into depths of like they go into.
Well, how about those shows that they're like this mom is a teacher of kindergarten and the dad is like an instructor worker. You guys, there's memes all over the internet about this, but like, how in the hell do they afford these houses or renovations where it's like
our budget's
the House Hunter show?
$2 million.
Our budget is $600 million, and we make $42,000 a year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I would also like to see the money, please. Show me the breakdown. I want to
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Amy, you ladies love. I actually liked it. I watched a little bit of Elder Millennial. You ladies recommended
It was so good.
Yes.
So Amy has also gone on to watch Iliza Shlesinger Confirmed Kills as a Netflix original.
And for
So
sure.
we'll start there.
Yeah.
How was that compared to Elder Millennial?
I have to say Elder Millennial was the first time that I ever saw her stand up, and I think it was better. It was better than Confirmed Kills, but that's not saying that much because they're both fantastic.
They're both really good, but as you guys know, I'm like a super fan of Iliza, and my thought and advice to Amy is that this one really was her strongest. Elder Millennial, I think, is her strongest stand-up yet. She's really found, in my mind, she's found her voice, she's found her shtick, she's found her type of comedy that works for her. It's funny, but it's still fun to go back and see even sort of the progression of some of the characters and voices that she's made. I think she's...
Well, and it was because of last week that I started really delving into the rest of her stand-up comedy because I love Angela Johnson. But that was it.
Beautiful nail.
Oh my
honey.
gosh. That's why you know her.
That's why you know her boyfriend. Oh, you guys, if you don't know Angela Johnson.
Yeah.
It just seems racist. It's funny.
These ladies of comedy, I want more. That's all I want.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Making my way through all of her comedy specials. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I've seen 2 complete ones, and then War Paint, which we'll get to
in a second. But first, let's talk about another lady, our fearless leader, Maria Menounos. No, not Maria Menounos, but you guys can catch her every Friday on Conversations with Maria Menounos. However, we have a little message from AfterBuzz for you guys.
Yes, well, hey, AfterBuzzers. Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we do need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more, that is or more, of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow, which we really appreciate. Thank you. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're totally optional. So make sure to hit that subscribe button right here, right now.
Somewhere around here.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hit it.
For this channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments down below, also right there, and we'll thank you out on air. So for now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
That is
So now we're going to be continued non-Netflix releases, and we're still on the same subject of Iliza Shlesinger, because this one isn't a Netflix original, but it is a comedy special of hers.
Yes.
So you watched it, Iliza Shlesinger, War Paint.
Yeah, so this one was, I think I got like maybe halfway and then I had to do something else. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I haven't, you're never going to be able to watch one of her comedy specials for the first time again. So I want to take my time, but I think I have War Paint and then one other one. And then I will have made my entire way through her comedy specials on Netflix. So again, it's kind of the same idea of it's not as good as Elder Millennial, but it's really cool to see some of the little pieces of, how she got started before Elder Millennial, and they're so funny. They're so funny. I'm really trying to do, I was telling Ashley this before we started, really trying to do her little goat voice. Is that what you would say?
I would call it a goat,
yeah. So I'm not going to do it now because it's a work in progress, but you should, just stay tuned.
Well, no, because I think Confirmed Kills is like, what, an hour and 17. How long is War Paint?
I mean, I would say maybe about the same. This is something that I never, out of the 3 times that I've been watching her specials, I never stop and wonder, oh my gosh, how much longer is this? Yeah. So all of them feel a great amount of length. Like, they don't feel too long, they don't feel too short, although a little too short because I could just listen to her forever. But yeah, it's super easy, fun, and especially when you're just having a sucky day, you're like, I just want to laugh. Then you put this girl on and you laugh away. So highly recommend all of those specials.
Actually, Chaney, you've been watching some stuff.
I've been watching some stuff, and I think we missed it. It was in fact a Netflix original that released. So
got so excited with Iliza Shlesinger. I'm so sorry.
Netflix dropped a lot of stuff this week. A lot of originals actually coming out this week, and one that I watched outside of my genre. I was totally terrified, so I did watch it during the day.
Yes.
Excuse me, is called I Am a Killer. And it's a true crime series. Excuse me. And it Netflix original dropped this weekend. I watched it during the day. And here's the thing I can honestly say. It's not as like creepy scary as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, the poster says otherwise.
I know.
mean, the poster's creepy. It's like the guy's face, and then it's a skeleton. I mean,
that's probably actually the scariest part of this whole show is one piece of his interview. It's really about, basically, if you were to take a lot of true crime shows that exist, really focus on people, whether the question of their innocence or not, or whether they're trying to prove their innocence. And this show is not that. Excuse me while I take this water.
It's making me so scared. My hands are getting clammy. I am a killer. No, thank you. But hey, if you watched it, it just like makes me think that maybe I should watch it too.
It's interesting because it looks at these people all admit straight up out of the gate, I'm guilty, I did it, I killed somebody. And in the first episode, which is the only one I watched, they're about 52 minutes long, there's 10 of them, and they each highlight one inmate in particular that have been on death row. This guy has been on death row for over 20 years. He was started in the prison system when he was 17 years old for a non-violent crime. He was like robbing a store, but then he was in jail so much and kept getting in so much trouble that he was then sent to solitary confinement for 20 years. 20
because
years.
he's too because like at that stage, right, he's too dangerous for anybody.
He's too dangerous. And you should watch it because you'll see some moments unfold in the interview which are eerie just because of the content of what they're talking about. But I'll just say this because it's not going to spoil anything, but this guy admits to murdering somebody because he wanted to be on death row. He would prefer to be on death row than to be in solitary confinement. So for that little piece of information alone, it is 100% worth just watching and diving into the prison system and how absolutely heartbreaking the whole institution is.
Oh, dude!
And to see it from a self-admitted killer is it's a very interesting perspective on the justice system. So yes, worth it. Definitely worth a watch. As creepy and eerie as it is, yeah, it's a good one.
It's really sad.
It is. It's not going to make you feel good.
I'll tell you what will make you feel good. If you guys happen to miss us live and you're not watching, you can always watch us. You can always download us on iTunes. Please give us 5 stars because the other ones don't work. I love it.
You'll hear that little sound when you do.
Yeah, and we'll give you a shout out. I mean, speaking of shout outs, I mean, who's watching? Like we've got our regulars watching right now.
We've got a lot of people in the chat. We've got Star Drew,
Star Drew, how's Canada?
That's right. I just got back from Canada, Star Drew. We've got, like 2 hours ago, we've got Brad 20712. What's up? We've got Drew Baldwin. We've got Jay Becker. We've got Zayas Bilou. Did I already say that?
Always love you tuning in.
That's everybody we've got in the chat, but we're hearing some good stuff, including, this is a question for you, Rick, about Lizzie Kaplan. Is she the girl from, I guess somebody was asking if she was the kick-ass lady in Extinction? Is that Lizzie Kaplan? Did you ever see Extinction?
I haven't seen Extinction. She's in Master of Sex.
She's in Master of Sex. She's excellent in Master of Sex. She's
Yeah.
also in Mean Girls.
Yeah, she is. She's the
remember.
goth girl in Mean Girls from way back in the day. So you can't miss those eyes of hers. But
Yeah, she's a great
I
actress.
don't know. I'm not looking at IMDb right now, so I'll have to
Yeah, we'll look into
back
it for
to
you,
that.
Star Drew. But thanks everybody for tuning into the chat. We love talking with you. Keep it up.
So we're going from death row to love. So Ashley Chaney, P.S. I love you. That's you revisited this.
I was just
This is-
torturing myself all weekend.
So how was revisiting? Because I remember this
So,
movie.
yeah.
How was revisiting it?
I'll tell you this, and I revisited this in particular with my boyfriend, and I'm like, watch this movie. He knew nothing about it.
Guys, Ashley's not single. Oh no, what are you gonna do? You can stop watching right now. Just watch for me. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So I forced him to sit down and watch it. He knew nothing about the film. He thought it was going to be
Yes.
some rom-com. I'm like, just sit down and watch it. I look over at him,
No.
and I was like not saying anything because I didn't want to like let on that I knew he was going to be bawling. And he was like,
Really?
and he just goes, "Why would you do this to me?"
Really?
Yeah, yes. And then I'm like, okay, so he was emotionally affected by it. I took a poll on my Instagram. If you're not following me, Ashley on camera, follow me there. Fun polls. And I asked my guy friends, who cries at P.S. I love you. And it was an straight up 50-50 split down the middle.
How can you not
How
cry?
can you not cry?
No.
Oh God! And this is the
It would
fifth,
be you,
like
Rick.
at least the fourth or fifth time I've seen this movie, and I cry every time.
I mean, what? This movie stars Hilary Swank, Gerard Butler, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Lisa Kudrow,
Lisa Kudrow.
not Bette Midler, Titanic.
Kate Winslet.
No, other redhead.
Oh,
Geez, Louise.
wait, no, we need to know this.
She was in.
Kathy Bates.
That's the one. Thank you.
Oh, I love Kathy Bates.
Wow, that was a real tongue
because my thing is,
twister.
I guess my problem is that I don't believe Jerry Butler and Hilary Swank together. I don't buy that combination.
I'm sure
Get
So
out of here.
it doesn't work for me.
Why?
I bought it, and I'll buy the purse that comes along with it. I love every piece of it. It was so good.
All right, Amy, hidden gem.
Yeah.
What did you hidden gem or what did you revisit?
You know, I would say it was both. I spent a lot of time on Netflix this week. I don't know what happened, but I revisited New Girl.
New
Yeah.
Girl.
Sure.
Love New
It's
Girl.
done now. Like all the
You know-
episodes on Netflix now.
No.
It doesn't do the CW thing where as soon as
Yeah.
it ends they drop everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am on season 6. I believe they have 7 full seasons. Well, full. The last season had like way less episodes.
Because you needed something to get your fill since you finished Parks and Rec.
Right. Well, actually, my fill is Gossip Girl. Which,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I talked about.
XOXO.
I am
keep
proud of
going.
you for knowing that.
Yeah,
Good
of
for
course,
you.
of course.
Yeah,
And I mean, who you were thinking of was Taylor Momsen, Ashley Chaney,
Oh, Taylor Momsen.
Jenny.
who ended up eventually like getting off the show because she turned into like a goth rock star. But
Oh, okay,
anyways,
okay.
Amy, go ahead.
Yeah, so that was definitely one, and just I think it was what did I just say? New Girl, Gossip Girl. That's weird. Both of them have girls.
Lots of female leads, folks. It's happening.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not even just like one sneaky little episode. I saw a lot
Well,
of
because
New
it was like
Girl.
22 minutes. Like you can do
Yeah.
3 in 1 hour.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
And it's one of those, like, especially if you're running not running errands because you have to be at home. Well, actually, no, you don't because you have your phone. But I'm one of those people that I like to have Netflix on, or heck, even YouTube on while I'm doing something instead of just music, because then I'll just stop and have a dance party.
Oh heck, by
You
the
know-
way. Oh heck, even YouTube. Oh, Amy
Heck,
Cassandra.
even YouTube. Yeah, so it's nice because there are a lot of options right now, and I'm really having a lot of fun trying to find more hidden gems and revisiting everything that I've just stopped watching. I know Jane the Virgin was another one that I stopped watching. I don't know why.
Return
They
back
just
to
have-
it because they had a good twist for this like season 5, I think, which I don't know what it is in terms of cliffhanger, but it's on there.
She really
know
wasn't
it.
a virgin?
No, I don't know.
No,
I've never seen the show.
But
that's good.
let's
So
talk
you watch it.
Netflix news and what happened this week in the news for Netflix. Funny enough, you guys talked about it last week. I actually knew as I was watching afterwards because I think they dropped it probably right as you guys were kind of talking about it. But Altered Carbon Season 2, not only did it get picked up, the actor is going to be Anthony Mackie,
Okay.
who plays Falcon in the Marvel Avengers movies. So
Okay.
he is the new lead because Joel Kinnaman's going to be on a show on Amazon.
Interesting. Okay. He was evasive on his Twitter feed, leaving us all hanging whether or not he was going to be in season 2.
So and then Netflix is also rethinking how they are going to be delivering certain movies. They're probably going to be doing the Amazon style, where if they want something to be Oscar worthy, they're going to release stuff more theatrically. For a bit of a run, so that more people can see it, access it, kind of get that feel. So when an Oscars, because like now that's like the one thing they're missing. That's the one thing they're missing. So they're rethinking their theatrical release kind of schedule, as opposed to just we're just going to drop everything on the platform.
That'll be really interesting.
And you know what? I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was like a little trailer that played on my screen on Netflix, like the homepage, congratulating all of the nominees for Emmys.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was beautiful. It was like a
that.
whole production. They played it on there, and then they show you all of these shows were Emmy nominated. Bam, watch them.
And then House of Cards is eyeing a fall premiere. There's not a set date yet. And Linda Cardellini from Bloodline is going to star opposite Christina Applegate in a show called Dead to Me. So as we get more information about that, we'll talk about it. And now, top 5 releases for next week. You ladies talked about it last week. Amy's not a big fan, so I'm interested if she's going to watch it. But Insatiable.
Yes, so this is what it's about. So the series focuses on Bob. That's not right. Yes, okay, a disgraced, dissatisfied civil lawyer turned beauty pageant coach who takes on Patty, a vengeful, bullied teenager. There we go. That's weird because that's not how the trailer makes it sound, but okay. A vengeful, bullied teenager asks his client and has no idea what he's about to unleash upon the world. So this is with Alyssa Milano, Debbie Ryan, Dallas Roberts. Debbie Ryan, of course, is the one that ends up wearing the fat suit, and there's a lot of controversy, but check it out.
So that's going to be a Netflix original television series. A Netflix original film is The Package. After their buddy suffers an unfortunate accident during spring break, 4 pals risk everything, including their dignity, to make him whole again.
What the heck does that mean?
But what's great about this is produced by Red Hour, which is Ben Stiller's production company. So I'm really anxious to watch this movie next week.
The Package.
Ashley Chaney, you are a food person, so what do we got?
Yes, for all my foodies, we've got a show coming out next week called £1 Million Menu that is about next-gen restaurateurs get the chance to open up their own pop-up restaurants to impress the paying public to a panel of discerning UK investors. That sounds awesome. So it's kind of like MasterChef meets, I don't know, some other food competition where they open up their own kitchen. And I'm about it.
Of course you are. So, and then, okay, we've got the Pony Sitters Club, which is for the families. You know, a young horse enthusiast teams up with her best friends to rescue and rehabilitate animals on her family's beloved ranch.
That's kind of sweet.
That's sweet. Yeah.
And then finally, Zion, born without legs and stuck in foster care for years, teen Zion Clark finds his calling when he's pursuing competitive wrestling. And this is a documentary.
Wow, I like
So we're covering
that.
the gamut here. We've got a Netflix original television next week, Netflix original film. We've got family, we've got drama. So we'll see like what we actually get to next week, same time, same place.
That's right.
So much good stuff. I'm
So much
excited.
good stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and Steve Kaufmann might be here back to join us, or he'll be back very, very soon. Ashley Chaney, where can everybody find you besides here?
Besides here, well, at AfterBuzz, if you want to talk about some of the food stuff, as you guys know, I'm about some food, you can find me on Thursday nights on the MasterChef After Show. That's right here on actually, it's on our AfterBuzz reality TV competition channel. That's on Thursday nights. And if you want to talk to me online about what you're eating or what you're watching on Netflix, find me all over social media at Ashley on Camera, and let's talk there.
And Amy Cassandra Martinez, you have a ton of shows here.
I do. So yes, there's Box Office Breakdown Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on
in a couple
Popcorn
hours?
Talk. Yes, but this is all Pacific Standard Time. Then Marvel TV Weekly Sunday nights on AfterBuzz. It's the sci-fi superhero channel. That's at 10 p.m. Sunday nights. And then Marvel Movie News Tuesdays on Popcorn Talk at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also do a lot of stuff with Geek Bomb if you like nerdy things. Yay, Spider-Man! Wearing a Spider-Man shirt, podcast listeners. But yeah, just feel free to follow me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ.
Hey guys, and I'm Rick Hong. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RCKHONG. And so I'm going to go with a bang next week. I got a double header at 4 p.m. You know that I'm a big fan of Glow. I do the Glow after show here. So we've got Jackie Tone, Melrose herself, coming in at 4 p.m. At 5, we've got Tamay, Welfare Queen, a.k.a. Mama Kong. Kia Stevens will be our guest at 5 p.m. And then the following week, we'll have Britt Barron. That's where you guys can find me. Otherwise, you guys can find us here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And next week, we'll be covering more Netflix original film, television, news, and our top 5 releases. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.